and there's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like.
Did you see what Caitlin Clark just did? She didn't just have a great season, she redefined what it means to be a basketball superstar. Fans were left speechless, jaws dropped, trying to process the spectacle. Clark didn't just break records, she shattered them into so many pieces they're impossible to count.
But like on the court, what she did, and I don't know if you saw, Indiana Fever yesterday posted this clip of Caitlin, and the caption was just her accolades, and it took 5 minutes to read, and I'm like, girl, do you want to chill at all? She doesn't know.
Zero. And listen, I think this is probably the easiest decision to make.
Here's where it gets even more remarkable. Clark didn't stop at breaking records. She went on to claim some of the most prestigious awards, including SBJ Business Athlete of the Year and Female Athlete of the Year. These accolades aren't just trophies. They're milestones that cement her place in history.
About ceilings a lot, but she created a new floor. So now we're going to look back. Even if it doesn't hit the numbers that it hit this season, the expectation is much higher. The interest is generally much higher. The investment is much higher.
You might wonder how one player can create so much buzz. It's simple. Clark is redefining what it means to be a basketball icon. While some players focus on social media likes, she's out there chasing greatness. It's not just about winning games. She's inspiring an entire generation of fans.
Around Caitlin Clark is pumping people, putting butts in the seat. The WNBA is going to capitalize off this shit, as they should.
Not everyone is celebrating Clark's meteoric rise. Let's just say the reactions aren't all applause. Take Reese, for example. Instead of acknowledging Clark's achievements, she's been quick to dismiss them as no big deal. On one side, you've got a player breaking records, and on the other, someone seemingly more focused on throwing shade than elevating their own game.
They're not even close talent-wise, though. Let's keep it real, right? It's obvious she's jealous of Caitlin. Every interview, every tweet, everything is about Caitlin. I haven't yet to see Caitlin even respond to her yet. When we talk about, like, Angel saying that she had a part of it, I get what she's saying, but she seeked that attention, right? And then we did all this. That wasn't even to that team. She was seeking for it. She kept trying to find her to do this to her, get the attention.
You might think this is just another sports rivalry, but it's so much more. This story has it all: epic achievements, jaw-dropping stats, and yes, a healthy dose of jealousy. So why all the fuss? While we could speculate all day, let's be real. It's pretty clear she's not thrilled about sharing the spotlight.
When I watch her play, I mean, does that look special? You think people are coming to attendance to see some rebounds? Cool. So 11 points per game, that's the 5th highest on her team. Well, that's cool. So when we look at the attendance, like who's really watching the games, right? She said Angels team, right, in Chicago. And their attendance, 6,000, 6,000, 12,000, 9,000, 8,000, 8,000, and then 17,000. Whoa, why was it 17,000? Who she played? Who think she played? Caitlin Clark.
Let's get to the heart of it. Clark's stats, records, and gameplay make her greatness undeniable. You're probably wondering how she pulled it off. Buckle up, because we're diving into the details of her record-breaking season. Ready for this? Clark didn't just break 1 or 2 records, she shattered 62 of them in a single season. That's right, not just breaking records, but rewriting the entire history book of women's basketball. While most players celebrate breaking 1 or 2 records, Clark is out here obliterating dozens. It's not just impressive, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
She is now the all-time rookie leader in points, assists, and three-pointers. There is exceeding expectations, and then there is whatever Caitlin Clark continues to do in her rookie season in the WNBA. She has taken every bar set for her and gone over it, and that is ridiculously impressive.
That's ridiculously impressive, and the best part, it's not just about her individual achievements, it's about the team. Clark led the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 10 years. She didn't just change the game, she changed the entire trajectory of the team.
She's having impact on her team that nobody else in the league is having on her team. This is a team that went 13-27 last year. And suddenly, the Indiana Fever are the hottest team by far in the league.
You might think Clark's dominance is limited to the court. Think again. Off the court, she's an absolute game changer. Let's talk about how she's not just selling jerseys, she's turning the entire WNBA into must-see TV. And the numbers? Staggering. Remember that game where Clark took center stage? It wasn't just any game. asterisk 1.7 million viewers asterisk were glued to their screens. That ratings bump isn't just a shift, it's a movement. People aren't just watching basketball anymore. They're witnessing Clark revolutionize the sport.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. And Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, etc., etc.
Here's where it gets even more fascinating. It's not just sports fans taking notice. Even economists are scratching their heads over how one player can have such a massive impact. They're calling her a lightning rod for women's basketball. Can you believe it? A player so electric that even number crunchers are buzzing about her influence.
You know well enough that in 1984, when Michael Jordan came into the NBA, the ratings in the NBA were not great. Chicago Stadium was, a third full. And he comes in from college, winning the championship at North Carolina. And, the Jordan rules are in effect. They're knocking, the heck out of him. He's getting the lion's share of the attention. The games are now getting all of his games are on TV. And he just was a polarizing figure, and Tiger Woods was like that when he went to the PGA as well. He changed the total economics of...
You might be wondering, what does this mean for the WNBA? Well, it's not just about selling a few more tickets or jerseys. It's a complete transformation of the league's landscape. Experts predict women's professional basketball could see unprecedented growth, with Clark at the center of it all. She's not just changing the game, she's transforming the economy around it. Her influence has even boosted the entire state of Indiana through the Fever's resurgence. Imagine impacting an entire state. That's Clark's power. That's greatness on another level.
So the amount of money that Caitlin Clark has drawn in for the WNBA is crazy.
Here's the kicker. Clark's influence isn't just about the numbers. It's sparking important conversations. Marketers and basketball insiders are starting to realize they might have been doing it all wrong. Clark's success highlights the need to promote all the stars of the league, not just the flavor of the month. When was the last time the WNBA got this much attention? It's the Clark effect, folks. She's not just playing basketball, she's rewriting the playbook on how to be a sports superstar. And as for the hype around the upcoming matchup between Clark and her rivals, get ready, because it's being built up as the next big showdown. And it's worth every bit of the buzz.
A lot of people are starting to pin Angel Reese against her, as they should, because at the end of the day, one thing Americans love is they love some drama.
While Clark's been rewriting the playbook and shattering expectations, Ree's been, well, let's just say, focused on other things. You might be wondering, is this even a fair comparison? Well, the numbers don't lie. Folks, Ree didn't just win Rookie of the Year, she went above and beyond the WNBA, making a name for herself in a league full of seasoned players. Finding a rookie like that is as rare as spotting a unicorn riding a rainbow. This alone shows just how far ahead Clark is in this race. She's setting the bar, and it's a level no one else can easily reach.
Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball. Plain and simple. But we want to make it a debate, and I think that's just to get clicked. And look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin.
Now you're probably wondering, what about Reese? Surely, she must be putting up some impressive numbers, right? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Reese's performance has been, let's say, less impactful, averaging just 11 points per game, which isn't even the highest on her team. In fact, it's the 5th highest. But here's where it really kicks in. Instead of celebrating Clark's success, Reese publicly stated that Clark didn't deserve the recognition she received. You heard that right. She actually said it. Can you imagine?
Angel Reese is a wonderful player. She just had 20 rebounds. She's a double-double, guaranteed. Absolutely. But anybody who tries to sell you on this is selling you on something to get clicks. That's all this is. This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Now you're probably wondering, why would Reese say something like that? Well, experts suggest it might be a case of sour grapes. While Clark's been busy breaking records and changing the game, Reese has been more focused on social media than on actual court achievements. Here's the kicker. Instead of congratulating Clark, Reese tries to dismiss her accomplishments. The more this narrative unfolds, the more it's clear that this isn't really a rivalry at all. It's more like watching a rocket ship race against a bicycle. Clark is miles ahead, breaking barriers and chasing greatness, while Reese is still struggling to catch up, both on and off the court. So why keep pushing this narrative? Simple. Drama sells. But when the facts are clear, it's obvious. Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's revolutionizing it, while Reese is scrambling to keep
saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark, is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron.
Just when you thought Caitlin Clark's star was rising smoothly, a storm started brewing in the WNBA. And let me tell you, it's not just a little drizzle, it's a full-on legendary storm. You think everyone would be cheering for this young phenom, right? Well, not so fast. Some veteran players are speaking out, and their words might just make you question everything. Aja Wilson, the reigning MVP, dropped a bombshell that has everyone talking. She said,